Maurizio wanted to grow Gucci and make bigger changes, but the problem was, he and his cousins kept fighting over little things. It frustrated him, and he wanted to take control without involving the rest of the family. To do that, he decided to find investors, and luckily, a company called InvestCorp agreed to invest in Gucci. At this point, Paolo became the black sheep of the family. He owned 3.3% of Gucci, and Maurizio somehow convinced him to sell his shares to InvestCorp. In 1988, Paolo sold his shares for $40 million. Unfortunately, Paolo didn't use the money wisely. He spent it all, and by 1993, Paolo had declared bankruptcy, with debts around more than $90 million. Over time, Maurizio convinced his family members to sell their shares to InvestCorp as well. By the end of 1988, InvestCorp owned 50% and Maurizio owned the other 50%. Even though InvestCorp owned half of Gucci, they still let Maurizio run the company and make all the big decisions. In 1989, he hired Dawn Mello as the executive vice president and chief designer. She had the same vision as Maurizio, making Gucci more exclusive. When Dawn Mello joined Gucci, she immediately made some changes to make the brand feel more exclusive and high-end. The first big change she made was reducing the number of Gucci stores from 1,000 to just 180, focusing on the most profitable ones. This helped make Gucci feel more special and luxurious. She also cut the product range from 22,000 to 7,000, ensuring that every item was of the highest quality. To bring back Gucci's legacy, Mello reintroduced classic items like the bamboo bag and Gucci loafers, reminding everyone of the brand's rich luxury history. Meanwhile, Maurizio Gucci had big plans to change the direction of the brand. With the family no longer involved, he wanted to turn Gucci into a brand only the wealthy could afford. He opened an expensive new store in Milan, but it ended up adding more debt to the company. Maurizio also decided to replace all of Gucci's old products with new ones, which cost a lot of money. One of Maurizio's most controversial decisions was cutting Gucci's accessories line. This was risky because accessories like wallets, belts, and sunglasses are a big part of the company's income. These items were affordable for people who couldn't afford the high-end clothes, shoes, or bags. By removing them, Maurizio made Gucci even more exclusive, but it also meant losing a large group of customers. Another big mistake Maurizio made was removing the iconic GG logo. The GG logo was a symbol of Gucci that people recognized all over the world, and it represented 70% of the company's sales. Maurizio thought it was old-fashioned, but removing it ended up being a huge mistake. Because of all these changes, Gucci started losing a lot of money. The company was losing $30 million every year, and the costly decisions left it deep in debt. While Maurizio had a big vision for Gucci, his decision didn't work out and left the company in a tough situation. Gucci was close to going bankrupt. The company couldn't even pay salaries to its employees, all because of Maurizio's risky plans for the brand. InvestCorp, the investment firm that owned half of Gucci, was losing billions, and they started to panic about what would happen next. Because of this, InvestCorp felt that Maurizio was not capable of running the company, and later things got so bad that InvestCorp made a decision that even shocked Maurizio. InvestCorp wanted to bring in a new CEO to turn things around, but Maurizio refused. He didn't want to give up control and said that customers just needed more time, at least 6 months, to understand his vision and start buying again. But InvestCorp didn't listen. In 1993, InvestCorp bought Maurizio's 50% stake in Gucci for $150 million, bringing his time with the company to an end. Ironically, just 6 months later, Gucci started to recover. Japanese customers began buying Gucci bags again, and the company's profits came back, just like Maurizio had said. Some of Maurizio's choices didn't work out, but others helped Gucci become a true luxury brand again, able to sell at high prices. But for Maurizio, it was too late. After a 72-year legacy, the Gucci family was officially out of the Gucci business. And sadly, just 2 years after losing control of Gucci, Maurizio Gucci would be dead. To know further story, watch full Gucci video. This is just a small part. The full Gucci story is packed with full of drama, fashion, family business with full of fights and even murder. Just click the thumbnail and I'll see you there.